we on week number 24 or 25?
25!
Woo! MoistyVoice number 25!
What up?
Boo, 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 boo.
One day we'll actually buy like a $5 soundboard so we can air
No, we're
horn.
not.
No, we don't need it. No.
We're gonna buy a $30 soundboard, and it's all gonna be moans.
Now hear me out.
48!
Now hear me out. If I had an Android phone, I would just make an app that would just be like soundboard upon soundboard.
That's true, we could just probably download that.
Yeah, make an Android phone. What the hell?
Put that up on the to-do
Yeah,
list.
no, let me just go
Build
make
it.
an Android phone. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I'll go get hired by T-Mobile or someplace.
They
No,
just
by
opened
Samsung.
up a new location.
Yeah. And then I'll go. I'll go get hired by Samsung.
Right.
And I'll go in there. I'll walk in there. I'll plop my dick on the counter. They'll be very impressed with me.
It's because it's thick.
Yeah. Then they'll be like, okay, you work here now. And then I'm just gonna go into the back room and steal like 7 phones and walk out. And then just be like, okay, you work here now.
I've designed the Samsung Moisty 8 Plus. It's a soundboard.
The Samsung Moist
It's not a
One.
phone. Doesn't actually work as a functioning phone. It is literally just a soundboard app.
You pull out your phone and it's not. There's not even a screen. There's just 36 buttons with screens on them, and you can customize them to be different soundboard options.
It's too much.
Not enough.
Well, no, you can make folders. So you press on one, and then like the first button will just be back out of the folder, and the other 35 buttons are just
Each
customizable.
button has a sub menu if you hold it.
Yeah.
If you
Don't
get
give
real
me
good with the
more
timing.
options.
No, you need more options.
Well, actually, no. There's a thing on the side. It's like a like on a graphing calculator, the alpha key.
Mhm.
So if you do 1, it's like a horse. But if you do alpha 1, it's some completely different one. So you can actually
Yeah,
keybind 3 times to every single button.
I can just see Connor orgasming over in the distance.
Sorry. Please continue. This is a lot for me. Just audio listeners, the bullshit thing that we're throwing on for visual listeners or viewers, visual listeners. It's a braille sound wave that you can experience, and it gives you a mental image. We're playing Rocket League, and they now allow you to change your engine audio and goal explosion. And
That's dope.
That's pretty fucking weird, and also like pretty dope.
And
So
your tire-
I'm very confused.
Screech or something.
Oh,
What is that?
man.
Your trail on your tire trail.
No, it's
Whew.
whack.
Man, they stepped it up.
It is too much.
Goddamn Psionics.
No, they're gonna keep adding more and more, so don't worry.
This is a really in-depth music player game. So, this week, we can actually get this out of the way real fucking quick. Jared Leto never knew that there was going to be a standalone Joker film without him.
I love that.
He actually heard, not from his agent or from, like, anyone else, but from the news articles about the fact. Like, the interview happened, and he was like, what the fuck? Totally caught him off guard. He's actually possibly going to be leaving his agency over this, which is kind of huge.
Yeah.
Like, CAA might lose him, and he'll go over to, like, WME or something.
Those all mean great things to me because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Agencies, big shit.
Big shit, big shit.
Huge thing that an A-list star in a multi-million-dollar franchise wouldn't be told that he's getting cut from it on certain films. Just a massive fuck you to Jared Leto.
Yeah.
But he's got other things going for him. There's that new 30 Seconds to Mars song that you just found out about.
I didn't know. All right.
So, yep, that's it for DC this week.
Woo!
Like a Band-Aid. Quick
DC
and
podcast done. Let's go home.
painless. We're all done.
More Jared Leto, though. Blade Runner, October 6th.
Woo! Getting hyped.
So hyped for it.
We're going to have a Blade Runner marathon where we watch the theatrical, then the home release, then the director's cut, and then the Ridley Scott preferred cut.
That's a lot.
There are like 5 or 6 different Blade Runner cuts.
I fucking remember having that super box set at work for a while.
Yeah, it's just multiple cuts.
It's just the same fucking movie 4 times with like 5 minutes of changes each one.
Mm-hmm. Because Ridley Scott can't just be content with this movie.
No, it's more so the fact that fucking Ridley Scott just doesn't quite know what makes people enjoy his movies.
He really doesn't. If the most recent Alien iterations have said anything, it's that he's just completely detached from his audience.
He doesn't know at all what's going on.
It was actually there was a cool article. It was like an op-ed piece, just saying he needs to hand the reins over entirely because what he created originally was brilliant and amazing, and he was just on it. He knew what people wanted. But he is so detached from the work and from what makes it popular. Like, he doesn't understand why other people like his stuff.
That he killed Neil Blomkamp's project. That's why he needs to hand over the reins.
So, anyone else, like a younger, fresher mind or, a seasoned
maybe
other sci-fi guy.
Named Nicholas Haupt?
Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage should direct the next Alien movie.
Oh, God.
I'd like to see him direct. It'd be horrible.
All I can, picture is just not the bees, and that's just the entire movie.
How is that his thing?
We gotta fit bees into this movie.
How do you not picture that he doesn't earn any money because it all goes to his ex-wife?
It also all goes to him building his own tomb.
No, that's been built.
Yeah, he's ready.
Oh, no,
he's ready to die.
He's expanding it. He's expanding
it.
He's always expanding it.
Lana Del Rey doesn't have shit on Nicolas Cage's readiness for death.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Except he doesn't go making 6 albums talking about his
I'm pretty sure his
tomb.
dick doesn't smell like Pepsi Cola.
Okay,
and that's something she needs to get checked out.
Yeah.
In all honesty, maybe he's got his tomb built. Maybe he just wants to get a bunker and then put his tomb inside his bunker.
These are maybes. He has his tomb and it's ready to go. Stop with his tomb.
When he dies, / if he dies, because I'm still not convinced he's not immortal.
That's fair enough.
But if that comes around, we'll become Tomb Raiders for one go.
Yeah, no, we'll break it.
We'll do a National Treasure style Tomb Raider movie.
Like the day after his death, too.
And
super tasteless.
We're just gonna say we're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. We're gonna buy a fake Declaration of Independence, break into his tomb.
Well, first we'll break into his tomb and put a fake Declaration of Independence in his coffin, and then we'll break into it the next day and discover the Declaration of Independence in his coffin.
Yeah.
Along with 80 copies of The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
No! That's not enough! We need to put more in there!
There's actually no body, there's just DVDs and a piece of paper.
DVDs in a suit.
Nicolas Cage fakes his own death and just puts a copy of each of the movies that he's started inside his tomb.
He buried his legacy rather than his corporeal form. Oh, but he would. He would is the really concerning thing about this. If he ever listened to this, he'll be like, "Oh shit, that's a good idea."
Oh damn!
I think that he
calls
may have
his agent.
Done
you don't work anymore. Don't call me. I need a copy of all my movies.
That actually would be kind of difficult with some of them. No lie.
Yeah.
Would it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Do you really think that he's ever gonna be able to find a copy of Con Air? Everybody owns a copy of Con Air.
I would say I've got one right there.
Exactly, I've got one as well.
He can have mine.
Find one? Yeah, no, it's
no. Everybody's got a copy. No one wants to part with it. That's true. No one.
And nobody wants Con Air. They just have it.
Oh no, I wanted it.
I wanted it too. You're talking to the wrong group of people here.
I'm always talking to the wrong group of people. All right, you guys are fucked up.
Yep. When it comes to Nicolas, I told you about my weird Nicolas Cage collection, right?
Yes.
I own one copy. I own just about every single Nicolas Cage movie, actually. And I own a couple of them in Spanish as well.
Preparing for Nicolas Cage's death? Are you his agent?
Hey, Nicolas Cage, if you need a copy of all your movies, just hit me up.
Just call him up one day. You can die now.
Gets a call from your agent. You can die now.
Just finally.
Oh, is that the call Jared Leto got?
Yeah. Hey Jared, you watching the news? Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, you can just go die now.
You're fired.
I'm never gonna fire anyone ever again.
They expedited the papers. Yeah, no. They waited until he was actually fired to let him know. I really don't like the Martin Scorsese's producing.
I don't really know what that's gonna do, other than just make it possible to get certain people on board. Like, honestly, the producer's creative role doesn't really play too much until, like, editing.
The board of people on the movie are already asking to consider Leo for the role.
Well, no, that's the whole point of Scorsese's existence on the project. Is
On
that
any project,
Leo,
hey, Leo will come for Scorsese.
Leo would not do it if it weren't for him being on it, is the belief, or possibly true. So that's what he's there for, is to court Leo into the role. But yeah, no, I mean, creatively, I don't think he's gonna have too much influence outside of just a little bit of quality control, maybe just a little tone setting here and there.
I hope he has actually little to nothing to do with the movie.
I don't. He's good at doing things.
I don't like the movie. I don't want his involvement in a DC Joker movie. I don't feel that his past experience and that
well, it's not gonna be a superhero comic film. They've already said that it's very likely that it's gonna be a more crime gangster focus of his work in the underground, completely separate from like superheroes and supervillains and Batman and powers. It'll mostly be about him becoming a crime boss,
which I'm not opposed to.
which means Scorsese would be pretty good because he makes good gangster crime movies.
I have one thought on this. I thought we were done with the DC cast for today.
Oh, you're fucking wrong, bro.
It slipped its way back in.
I wish it hadn't.
There's gonna be Black Mask. There's gonna be Falcone. There's probably gonna be some variation of Penguin.
More than likely.
I don't want Scorsese in there with those characters.
You see, Gotham next season's got like some promotional shit, and it's got him in the Batsuit for the first time.
Yeah.
And he looks like a fucking like cricket player or something.
Yeah,
I don't know what he looks like.
A cricket player BDSM bitch.
He just looks damn foolish, is what he looks.
I hate that show so much.
Haven't watched a single episode of it.
That's
First season wasn't bad.
just-
Like the first 3 episodes actually were tough to get through. If you don't watch it because of like the first 1 or 2 episodes, that is fair. That is a good reason to not watch it. If you stay through the first season's worthwhile. But it tries to go too big, too fast with too much shit.
It's like Smallville was good. Let's keep the premise, but none of the practice.
Yeah.
Do you mean the premise of they rehash the same plot points like every single episode?
Probably.
Yep.
I haven't really watched too much of it.
I watched a lot of it while playing Final Fantasy 15.
Let's swap over to the Nintendo cast for the week.
Ooh.
We actually
was
haven't
Batman
had really...
on Nintendo?
Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham now available on the Switch. Probably. That's probably. They will not stop porting that game. That is, like, the Lego games that's their Skyrim. They will never not port Lego Batman 3.
Which infuriates me because I'm waiting for them to report fucking Lego Star Wars Complete Trilogy. I'd buy that again.
Never. No, they'll do it. They'll do it for, like, all 9 movies.
Yeah.
No, that's honestly what I wanted to get Lego Force Awakens, but I sat down and thought about it. I'm like, oh, instead of this, I can just wait 4 years and then get all 3 of them in one, hopefully with the remaster of the other 6.
Yeah, more than likely they will. That's just easy
They'll probably
money.
do, like, all 10 movies, including...
I don't know if they'll do Lego Rogue One.
I think they will.
I would hope they would, but I don't think
because I want to play that fucking ramen level in space.
Between now and then, they need to do a Lego Clone Wars game.
No.
There's
too much.
It's too...
No, there's a Lego Clone Wars game.
Is there?
Yes.
Some bitch.
I think there might be 2, but there is for sure a Lego Clone Wars game.
I doubt.
I'm okay with this.
Fucking Google it, bro.
Yeah, you're the Google man.
I'll Google
You want to put money down on this, Mr. Doubt?
Fine, I'll put $3.50.
$3.50. Lego Clone Wars.
And only one. If there's 2, you just get brownie points.
If I'm double right, I don't win.
Nope, you don't make double money. No, you still make the $3.50.
Oh,
you just,
okay. No,
you don't
I'm
get
not
7.
asking for double.
You don't get $7 if there's 2.
Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars.
Woo! Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Available on PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, Nintendo 3DS, PSP, and Microsoft Windows.
Why is it a 3, though? Why the 3? What was 1 and 2? I guess the first trilogy and the second trilogy were 1 and 2, and then this was... But why call it... Just call it Clone Wars. That's a weird decision.
Yeah.
It is. That's fair.
Should Rebels get its own game?
No.
No.
We need to actively stop Rebels.
You don't like Rebels?
Whoa.
I don't like Rebels.
What did Rebels do?
Fucking, they're just...
Rebels... Hey, no, I'm giving Rebels credit because they actually brought fucking, what's his name in?
Oh, the blue guy?
The blue guy, Thrawn.
Yeah.
Admiral Thrawn, who I was really, and a lot of people were hoping was going to be a part of the new trilogy. Because in the EU, he was after episode 6. Like, he was the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a dope character. Like, he did a lot of cool shit in the books.
But they went with Snoke instead.
They went with Snoke and Adam Driver. But Rebels somehow... like, and it bothers me, though, is that somewhere between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, Thrawn existed.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of shitty. But that he does exist, actually, you know, in Star Wars media is a reward within itself.
He's a cool character who's got some cool shit.
Yeah, I'll give a pass to Rebels solely because of that.
So you'll give a pass to Rebels because of a single character?
He's a pretty big character.
He's a, like, I'm
That'd
pretty
be
sure
like,
he just went over his
that'd be like them putting
here.
Bosk in. Connor would be all
Whoa! What?
In fact, actually, I think they probably
Oh, God.
because
I'm gonna look this up.
well, no,
now.
because
Dude, I'll buy Rebels.
no,
Yeah,
they,
no, 'cause
no,
I
no, no,
figured
they
I
wouldn't. I was thinking if they did it in the bounty hunter phase, but that was Clone Wars, so that was before Episode 4. So it's not likely that they had a Bosk in it. Although Bosk might be in the bounty hunter 8 series arc. Freaking Clone Wars seriously spent 3 seasons on just bounty hunters.
Yeah, they did.
Hey Connor. Star
yes,
Wars Rebels, Bosk, first appearance, Ezra's Gamble.
What?
Bosk was an infamous Trandoshan bounty hunter.
Is
And
he in it?
He's in it as an episode?
We gotta find that
Need
episode.
more. Find the episode.
I found the episode.
We'll watch it on the way to Hurricane Wings.
But back to Nintendo outside of their
Nintendo.
relation to Star Wars.
Nintendo.
So NBA 2K, who gives a shit, 17, 18, I don't care, comes out on the Switch, and everybody's pissed because you turn it on, you plug it in, and it says, you need a micro SD card to play this because it's too thick. And everyone lost their freaking shit about this, I guess, because how dare they have a system where you need a micro SD for additional storage, and then they use it for a really large game.
To be fair, the Switch
that was not made
does
for the
have
Switch.
poor design.
It does have a lot of problems, but the fact that a game that was not originally designed for it and is a port and is a pretty beefy game, the fact that that needs additional storage from the internal should not have surprised anyone, and they should not be acting like Nintendo just betrayed them.
It shouldn't have surprised anybody, but
If they
is there
hadn't
anything
done it,
that
that'd be cool.
advertises this? It says, hey, you're going to have to buy extra memory to
It's
play
on the
this
back
game.
of the box, I'm pretty sure.
Well, then, yeah, that's people at fault. If it isn't advertised, then, however, obvious it may be.
Oh no,
it'll
if
still
they
be on Nintendo.
totally do it out of the blue, like you bought it, you plug it in, and then it happens, and there's no previous warning, that would be jacked. But they also released an official statement saying, hey guys, some games are gonna need it, which no one should be surprised by. If anyone's ever played a portable console, DS, it can all fit on the cartridge because there's not a whole crazy amount going on saves-wise and, data-wise. But Switch is a full-blown console just that happens to be able to go portable. So the fact that everyone thinks that it should be able to treat like a DS is just silly.
A bit too much to ask, yeah.
It was 2K18. But yeah, no, I just... People are being dumb about that, in my opinion.
You can get a micro SD card for pretty cheap nowadays, and they're massive.
They're pretty cheap.
And
it fits up to a 128 gig without problems, so...
Oh, that's a lot.
Why does it give problems past that?
Some phones used to do that. If you had... they could only support a 64 gig, and any larger, it couldn't read-write to it. It was like a problem with the system.
That's weird.
It's super weird.
It's a failure of game design.
Another thing... And this one, I don't know where I stand on it, so I'll listen to you guys.
Okay.
Nintendo loses a $10 million copyright lawsuit.
Oh, that
This
was...
has been sitting around for a while. Originally, they were being going after him for like 10 times that. It was something insane.
Yeah.
They wanted $144 million originally, because some company with a silly name, iLife, I guess, made a motion sensing accelerometer that they claim was the copyright was infringed upon in the design of the Wiimotes.
Well, the Wiimotes, the IR sensors, and everything else. It was just a mess of a whole thing because, in all honesty, a little bit... There was a minor overlap within the technology. There wasn't a great deal of overlap.
Mm.
So the entire court case was how legally distinct is the tech.
Yeah, are they substantially similar? And then it also comes down to, like, an access. Like, did they intentionally, use that design? Like, they looked it up. They knew that they had this technology. They could have just... not accidentally, but coincidentally built the same technology, because there's really only a handful of ways to build a motion sensing accelerometer.
Yeah.
No, that was the thing. They made it different. However, iLife was going after them because, oh hey, they're kind of similar. Look at how similar this thing is to our thing, though.
It's kind of shitty.
Yeah, that's
I
why
think it's just actual fishing for money.
No, that's what this fucking was. It was iLife. Hey, we've got this technology. We're fishing for money now.
Like, there are some things where it's like, yeah, okay, I see why you're requesting money for that. That was a bit too close on the nose, but I don't think that this in any way justifies...
A lot of technology's lawsuits for copyright infringement, a lot of the time I just feel is money grabbing.
Oh, yeah, no.
With creative content and our original artistic works and stuff like that, I can understand that. But with, like, again, like a motion sensing accelerometer...
Well,
come on.
Technology is art.
If you put enough makeup on it.
Maybe I fucked my accelerometer?
But yeah, no, so they originally wanted a shit ton of money. The judge was like, nah, you get 10 million, not 144 mil. Nintendo's taking it to a court of appeals, obviously. They hard believe that they're in the right, and I think they are.
It literally, there's very minor similarities between them.
Also, to be fair, Nintendo doesn't want to pay any money to anybody because the Switch is the first time they've made money in a while.
We just got money,
They don't want to have the Wii U cost them more money.
Exactly.
Come on, man. We just made money. Don't make us spend it again.
But so, this got filed back in, 2013?
Oh, God, it's old as tits, yeah.
It got filed back in 2013.
Why are tits old?
Tits are very old.
Why is that a saying?
It's
Did
the
we
oldest
discuss
part.
that saying?
When you're in the embryo, the tits develop first, so they're the oldest part of your body. Then
you
the
just
heart,
say that
then
babies
the brain.
have tits?
Baby, like little fetuses.
No. The first part of childbirth is always the breast
The
developing.
tits come out first.
And then the child forms. So technically, your first thing that you did was you enhanced your mother's breasts.
Talk to the worst groups. You guys are such the wrong group.
But so, I'm going back to this. They filed this in 2013, which was ages after the Wii came out.
Yeah.
And part of the lawsuit was like, yeah, no, the Wii had this technology as well.
8 years after?
Yeah, and this was a year after the Wii U as well. So this was like, they waited, I don't fucking know.
They probably sat around on it and were just like, one day, let's make some money.
Yeah.
Other companies doing really stupid things. Actually, do we want a stupid thing or a cool thing?
I want a cool thing. That was a lot of stupid.
Yeah.
A lot of stupid.
Terra Vivos.
I don't know if that's cool.
It's a cool thing.
I think it's a pretty cool thing.
Because we're going to buy one.
I'm going to buy one.
And we're going to live in it.
I'm going to live in it.
$50,000
for a home?
Before any furnishing.
Or
for
plumbing,
a home!
or electricity, or...
For a home!
It's going to be like a
this is a buyer's market!
So Terra Vivos is selling bunkers in what, North Dakota?
North Dakota, yeah, $50,000 for a home. You do it, fucking Dakota, Michael.
I don't fucking give a shit.
You really
I'm not paying $200,000 for a shitty ass home.
You know what you're paying? You're paying $50,000 to die in North fucking Dakota.
Yeah, I'm not gonna die from a nuclear attack though.
No one's gonna visit.
I don't need visitors. I can just be a hermit.
Red Dawn was in North Dakota. No, it was in Denver, wasn't it?
No, it was like Colorado or one of the closer
It was
border
Colorado,
states.
yeah. Oh yeah, never mind. Get a bunker in Colorado. That's where the
I'd get a
Russians
bunker
are.
in Colorado. I would.
There's
I would.
Russians there.
Obviously, it wouldn't be 50,000 there, but I'd pay 80,000 for a bunker in Colorado.
But yeah, so it's a $50,000 bunker. You can add for like
No,
25K
it's
more.
a 25K bunker.
Yeah.
To buy it. It is
And then
an
it's another
additional
25.
flat 25 to add any electrical and plumbing.
Yeah, and then you can take it from there. But we can 1-for-1 recreate our GTA bunker.
It's
Just
not that
saying.
big.
It's not that.
We'll
It's,
make
We
it
can
that big.
5-to-1 recreate our GTA
We'll
bunker.
make a scale model of our GTA bunker.
It'll be really weird.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think this is pretty damn interesting.
It's interesting. It is cool. It's really reminding me of the 1950s.
Yeah, BBC News, their like review for it was the ultimate underground bunker, or the ultimate underground security for these uncertain times, or something like that. So they're just like, yeah, we're all probably gonna die, so buy this bunker.
From what?
Fox News.
Fox
the rest
News-
of us
Fox
will be
News is
sorry
gonna
that
kill
we
us.
didn't.
Why would Fox News kill us?
No, they threatened in their review. It says the rest of us will be sorry that we didn't.
No,
So
but
clearly,
see, like, no. Like, it's like the ultimate thing. And you're just wondering what's going to attack us. What are we going to die from? And then you go Fox News. Fox News is trying to fight us.
remember when like alien conspiracists thought that Donald Trump was going to release all of the information about aliens and like force NASA to
Yes.
disclose it? That's what we need this for. Is the aliens that they know about. They have nukes.
The aliens have nukes.
They just have normal nukes. They're not fancy nukes. Like they just realized that the
They're not
pinnacle of war
ICBMs, they're
technology,
atomic.
the pinnacle of war technology is just a simple Earth nuke.
Did you ever watch Stargate SG-1?
No.
So there's a plotline in the show where the Asgards, which are the super evolved alien race or whatever,
Mhm.
are fighting, I think they're called the Replicators.
Yep.
And it's been replicants. And they're having this long war, you know, that they can't win or whatever. They keep upgrading their ray weaponry and whatnot, building better and stronger, and they just can't kill the replicants. They're like, hey, go to humans, find Colonel Jack. He's like one of the main characters in SG-1.
Yeah.
And they're saying, so we're too smart to understand how to kill these guys. We need to find someone of lesser intelligence than us to find alternative meaning.
So the reason
Which
why
is just
because
gun. They couldn't comprehend that launching metal from a gas-fueled
for pressurized
reaction
explosions,
would kill the replicants.
because the replicants could have shields that would stop lasers and other forms of energy-based weapons.
So just really fast, blunt objects was the
So
solution.
just physical objects being launched at them rather than energy was the solution.
Shrapnel grenade would have done the job.
Yeah. Literally, human weapons saved the day in the alien wars.
It was a cool plotline, alright?
I mean,
I love it. Was
Avengers-
dumb and I loved it.
Avengers 1, Alien Armada, 1 nuke.
Alien Armada, one
Carried
nuke,
by a man.
guy with arrows.
An arrow, a metal boy, and a nuke can turn down an entire alien armada.
Can turn up an
Who
entire
wins?
alien armada.
One alien armada or one squishy metal boy?
One squishy metal boy afraid of suffocation.
Weak.
With severe suffocation PTSD? What a bitch.
I wonder
Iron
if
Man
that's
3 was
actually like a huge thing for like people who like almost drown.
Oh, for people that have gone through portals with
Yeah,
nukes.
the
They
people who have
actually
gone
have
through-
that PTSD?
Does the VA have like a therapist for that type
Oh,
of?
they sure fucking don't. Dude, there are third world countries who treat their veterans better than we do. The VA doesn't have shit for people who fly nukes through portals.
Gotta send them to France. They hook them up.
France is a third world country?
Yep.
That's the most American thing I've ever heard you say, and
Oh!
I've never, ever been prouder.
Oh my god! Dick.
They're not us.
You
So
heard it here first.
That's
You heard it here first. France is a third world country.
If you're not first, you're third.
It's like, Downs Ricky Bobby.
There is no second place.
Oh. Well, speaking of the worst,
Yeah.
people are just being real freaking stupid.
No, they're not. People are always fucking stupid.
Certain people have hit in my opinion, an all-time stupid. So every time a movie comes out that has a white person, there's complaints about that there are white people.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I'm on board. Great Wall, I was like, that's weird, but it's a Chinese director. There must be a purpose,
Well,
Matt
did you see the
Damon
movie?
came from
No.
outside
That's
of
why.
Asia.
Yeah.
No, if you
I was
saw the
willing
movie,
to
there were
believe-
zero problems with it whatsoever. There was actually no justification for bitching about a white actor.
Yeah, I was willing to believe that they had a reason there. You have movies like Mulan, which were like, we're gonna have a white cast, and I was like, okay, that's not cool, Aladdin, they actually, like, in a statement said, we're having they were like, oh, well, people always think it's so easy to find people of this ethnicity who can act, sing, and dance, kind of ignoring the entirety of, the rich history of Indian film, which includes a lot of singing and dancing and
I don't
acting.
know what you're talking about.
I've seen Bollywood.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of Indian films. I've seen the Indian Terminator.
But no, so, when you say stuff like that, like, oh, there's just no Indians who can sing, dance, and act,
Well, yeah,
you're being a freaking idiot.
you
But this
you
one,
deserve whatever gets said.
So I'm on board with a lot of these things, or at least willing to, say there's probably a problem. But the casting people, Disney, for Aladdin's live-action remake, announced that a white guy is going to be in it. Billy Magnuson.
From Into the Woods.
Billy
Yeah,
D.
he was
Williams?
in the Broadway version of Into the Woods. He got cast. He's clearly not Aladdin. He's no major role. I think it was announced that he's going to be an actually made-up role for the film, like Prince something or other. Prince White Boy, basically. When I heard
Prince
this, I was
European.
like, oh, there's probably going to be like a bit where he comes in and he's just like a dickhole European.
Yeah.
Like just a real piece of colonial trash, and they were going to make some sort of commentary or something. I don't know.
No, that's what bothers me about the people on the Great Wall, because a huge plot line was the white people. It was actually how they were coming in and doing just bad things.
Yeah, so I figured this was probably going to be like a talking piece for them, or if nothing else, it was just going to be a fun, like, wow, look at this shitty white boy.
Look at Gaston.
And then he's gone. Like,
Oh, Gaston.
super moner.
Yeah,
But
no,
people
Gaston lifts, bro.
People just lost it over this. They were like, I can't believe you invented a white person for this film. Aladdin didn't need white people. What possible reason could there possibly be? You're, putting in things that don't need to be in there. These weren't in the original. And I love that argument with people who are like, this wasn't in the original. It's like, and LeFou wasn't gay, but you didn't have a problem with that. So either, shit talk any interpretation changes or none. Don't pick and choose when you have a problem with people adding in things.
This entire situation.
It also could just be that the fact that the internet wants to complain about everything.
They just want to complain about everything. Like, and I've
wanna
been
complain
on their
about
side
everything.
through a lot of these. I was like, that is a problem. That was wrong. This was just clearly embarrassing. What's her face? Something Rooney from Pan.
Mickey Rooney?
Oh,
Mickey Rourke?
Mara.
Yeah, like Mara Rooney playing Tiger Lily. Like, that was obviously a huge fuck up. But come on, they just announced that a white person will be in this movie, and everyone's boycotting and saying this is terrible and this is whitewashing. And
I thought the age of Tumblr of doing this was over.
No.
This hard originated from Tumblr. It's where it gained its biggest audience. But somehow everybody on Tumblr graduated to Twitter with all their followers.
I thought they
And
got
it's still
like
going.
educated.
What you don't understand is you never get out of Tumblr.
Yes, you do.
More people get into Tumblr.
I will fight this.
These are
No,
just new Tumblrers.
There's just more new. You think that people get out of Tumblr, but there's just more new Tumblrers.
And they're just
like the people that
recycling-
were on Tumblr are now somewhere else if they ever leave.
They're all just recycling the posts of the past. They come on like, wow, this new Tumblr thing
Reblog!
is great. I'm going to reblog all this trash and just enforce it.
Yeah. It's just...
I would make some of the posts I reblog, but then you guys might have problems with me as a person.
Oh, really? I've seen your shit on Tumblr.
What do you mean?
No, I don't know what I'm talking
What do you
about.
mean?
I mean, I deleted my Tumblr, so I have no proof anymore.
Yeah.
You done fucked.
Also, what the hell are you talking about? I got a clean, business-friendly, child rearing Tumblr.
Yeah,
Sure.
your Tumblr's not bad. It's your Imgur that's bad.
What did my Imgur do?
Where you get
I
all
don't
of
even
your...
save the booty pics.
When you do all your meme dumping, that's when you're racy.
Okay.
Your Tumblr is mostly just like romantic depression and Dark Souls.
Romantic depression.
It's Dark Souls, romantic depression.
It's like 60%
Bloodborne,
romantic depression,
40% Bloodborne.
15% Souls, and then like 35% various other medias.
And then like 10% reblogging Jess. And I only know that
I
because
reblog
I
Jess
only
a lot.
follow 2 people. You two just reblog each other, so anytime it doubles up, that's 50%
I
of
reblog
my
like
feed.
1 in 12 of her posts.
Just the cute animals.
Sometimes the cute animals. Sometimes
No.
they're just too cute, bro.
No, trust me. Like sometimes the animals are just way too cute.
You just can't not do it.
You can't.
I'm worried I'm going to lose some of my mutuals because I'm posting too many cute followers and not enough romantic bullshit.
I mean, you've got your description, which you'll just be good forever because of that.
Oh yeah. Also, why do you guys keep ragging on me for that? Fuck you. Every fucking time you guys rag on me for that.
For what? The description?
Yes.
I love it.
I bring it up.
Michael
Oh yeah, this
beats
is the
the
first
shit
time.
at me for it.
This is the first time I freaking loved it. The first time I was like,
No,
"That's
I
actually
did too.
really dope."
And then I thought about it in context, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna make Connor regret making
Piece of
this."
shit.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
And then you said something about being a writer, and I was like, okay, I could see that. I was on your side.
I appreciate it.
I'm not.
Fuck you.
Just constantly at odds.
I do so much for you.
Like.
I reblogged your Tumblr when it was alive.
Yeah.
Did so much. Pretty
Now
sure
your
he taught
Tumblr
you.
is just a bunch of DVDs in a suit.
My
Married-
Tumblr is actually just a bunch of DVDs in a suit sitting there trying to find Nicolas Cage posts.
It's gonna be in 300 years. You know how we keep digging up dead people in Egypt and shit?
Yeah.
They're going to go dig up Nicolas Cage for some reason. And it's gonna just be a bunch of DVDs in a suit, and they're gonna have no interpretation of what the fuck that means.
No context, no anything. It'll be like a huge breakthrough when they discover that the correlation is that he's in all of the movies. They're gonna watch every Nic Cage film. It's gonna be a glorious day for
Every film
historians.
is in a different language.
Oh,
They're not
God.
all the English versions.
One of them's an ancient Sumerian
It's-
for some reason.
I will say, Gone in 60 Seconds is better in Spanish
I can imagine, yeah.
because, holy shit, the Spanish dub is the worst thing I've ever seen of it.
Alright, we actually have to tag this with like DVD Corpse or Nicolas Cage tomb, so that when they go searching for it, they will find the context.
In the great archives of the early internet, they will find this conversation.
And the annals of the interwebs.
And
I
the
I can't wait
annals.
for 4D memes.
4D memes.
How do we do that?
Oh,
You
once we
expand
evolve.
your mind with like nanobots.
Connor, remember how I had that conversation about we campus?
He can't what? He can't finish his sentence.
No.
What is it?
What do you? He can't finish anything.
That is also true. That's why he
So,
plays
I
MMOs.
was- So Connor and I had like we had just finished up at like a Target or something, and we were driving back to my apartment, and one of the things that happened was that I started talking and kind of ranting how I normally do.
Yeah.
And then I brought up an old conversation that we had with someone on PSN about how you got to expand, you got to open your third eye.
shit!
You got to open your
Oh,
third
what is
eye
his name?
to
Dude,
perceive
this is
the
the,
fourth
like-
dimension.
You know how there's a stereotype high person or like you trip and you get deep or whatever?
Yeah.
This guy sober was more off the deep end than anybody you will meet in your fucking life. This guy was a blessing to have met.
Aw.
It was
You guys
so
meet all the
beautiful.
really amazing people when I'm like right before I join your party. You had what's his face? Was it Vince? Flagstaff?
Oh yeah, boy!
Oh yeah.
Like 2 hours before I get to meet up with you guys. You meet some wacky fucking character.
The best tow truck driver ever.
Just keeps happening.
This guy, he comes out, we're in the van, whatever, playing
After
MTG.
6 hours of sitting on the side of a highway.
Yeah, we had to hide the MTG though, so they didn't think we were nerds. You don't want to seem like a nerd to Vince.
No! So, we're sitting there on the side of a highway, broken down car, get a tow truck pull up, Vince steps out, and...
Vince is this, 40, maybe 50-year-old black guy.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe mid to late 40s.
Great man, great guy.
Fantastic guy.
Loved him.
Him being black is relevant.
So we're sitting there in the car with him, and he's driving us up north a little ways.
And 2-3 minutes into sitting in the cab, we start moving, and we haven't, said much other than hey, thanks for whatever or whatever.
Yeah.
And a little bit of silence, and they, turns to us driving. So what you in Flagstaff for? Bitches. And I look at Michael and I'm like, are you seeing Michael right now? And Michael looks at him like, are you seeing me right now? We had the same reaction of what?
You think I'd be coming to Flagstaff for chicks? I'm too much of a nerd for that. There's no fucking way that I have a relationship with a woman in Flagstaff.
After he says that, you just tuck the magic cards even further in your bag. Yep.
Just about.
You know me, I'm all about the bitches, Vince.
All about the bitches.
But so...
The mountain bitches.
Literally, I want to say 15, 20 seconds after that, his wife calls him.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, could you pick me up at the airport? No, I'm going up to Flagstaff. And then she, starts screaming at the phone. It's like, no, I'm towing someone up to Flagstaff.
It was like a 20-minute thing where we had full insight into this guy's relationship.
His wife thought he was going to Flagstaff.
For bitches.
For bitches.
Yeah. No, it was crazy.
Apparently, if you're in the market for bitches, Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yeah. It was just a magical night because of that man.
Magical night.
Magical night. That's the best way I can describe that whole experience.
He called his daughter afterwards. That was actually a sweeter conversation.
Yeah.
Much nicer.
His wife wanted him to pick her up at the airport, but he couldn't.
Aw.
Because, he was on the job, he was going up to Flagstaff, not for the bitches.
For this work.
Yeah.
He ain't always about bitches.
No, the bitches aren't for me, honey.
I'm taking some guys into Flag. For bitches.
I'm taking some guys into Flag. Oh, for the bitches, isn't it? Hey, I'm just going, it's not for me.
It's his civic duty as a tow truck driver.
To hook you up with bitches.
Shit, that's some AAA tow truck driver service.
I could drop you off at an auto shop, or I could take you to a brothel.
No, he knows every college party going on in any city he goes to.
It's like a radar.
Yeah, like a really weird, just in the loop taxi driver who he knows where the shit's at.
But yeah, so talking back, there's this guy that we were talking to who was just talking about how you got to open your third eye to perceive the fourth dimension, and I'm walking down the street, I'm just seeing these little demon dudes just crawling around all over the place.
It was wild. It was like a 25 minute segment of this guy describing life and shit.
And I was trying to argue him because I'm that kind of guy, and he was just not having a fun time with me arguing with him about this.
Doobie Stomper, that was his name. I'm not gonna say the numbers after it, but it was Doobie Stomper.
Damn.
But
dude will straight waffle stomp your fucking life.
But I was driving with Connor, and I think that you forgot about this when I was talking about it because it was just out of the blue. I started talking about how, once we open our third eye, we can start perceiving the fourth dimension, and once we open our fourth eye, we'll perceive the fifth dimension.
That's a real thing.
For every eye, you get another dimension.
It was actually,
that's why we're three-dimensional beings, because we only have two eyes.
Yep. This is all within he believes we're a simulation of gods.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're just a Sims game being played by gods.
It's still God, and it's the same scenario, except we are within a computer he built, and we are in a simulation rather than, some different God built.
So it's like somewhere between Matrix and Sims.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the Matrix. It's basically if you're playing the Matrix in a Sims game.
And if you open your third eye, you can see through the like coating and barriers and shit. It was the best PSN party I've ever been in.
It was my favorite time we ever played Siege.
Yeah, it was.
Damn.
Because like when I was dead, I could just talk to this guy about it while.
Like, hey, tell me about the gods again.
Yeah.
Well, Sonny, let me tell you.
It was an experience.
It
traumatized me a little bit.
Didn't sleep that night. You just laid in bed trying to open that third eye.
I gotta open my 8 inner gates, get them bankais going.
There's a show called Mushishi, which is about, like, Japanese folklore and mythology. The dude's like a demon investigator, and he just goes, and it's not like,
Is this anime?
It's not Inuyasha in that he fights them. It's actually more like crime investigation and solving these mysteries kinds of things. It's really interesting, but one of them is this demon that like tricks you into an eternal sleep because you close your eyes and then you close, instead of like opening a third eye kind of thing, you can close your eyes further because it's like, when you close your eyes you can see that little bit of static and light.
No.
You can close even further, and then that like basically allows them to be like stolen by this demon or something, and it's just
huge sensory deprivation.
It's a really cool, like the whole open your third eye. I thought that was cool, but I really like the idea of like this like closing of the mind kind of thing. I was like, that's dope.
Seal yourself within your own body.
This show
Deny all
sound
outside experiences.
like I played Neo though.
It's very mellow. It's not a flashy show at all.
Again,
and Yokai Watch.
Oh, speaking of Yokai Watch, Final Fantasy XIV is having a Yokai Watch event.
Oh God!
You can collect your yokais, and
can you get the watch?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you can get yokai with the watch.
You're just gonna have a bunch of fucking Jibanyans running around, screaming at people.
Oh yeah, and then you also get Yokai Watch weapons by converting your yokai into weapons.
That's cool.
That's pretty dope, yeah.
So, like...
Get cosmetics and
you get
good stuff.
Rabbit fists that when you activate them, they channel lightning because it was an electric-type rabbit.
What is it with the Japanese and associating
lightning
rabbits with lightning?
Yeah, that's
it's
a
like
real
a
thing.
Yeah, no, it's a mythical creature.
It's a lightning beam.
It's a real thing, yeah.
Damn.
You should play Neo, because there's this pretty dope
lightning
rabbit.
Okatsu! I love you, baby!
Oh! My waifu! Man, you have to fight your waifu for one of the missions.
That's rough.
It hurts.
I just sat down and let her kill me. That's
I
on my
can't
YouTube.
do it.
Remember
No,
that.
yeah, no, it's on my YouTube actually. Is you can do emotes. I would just bow and let her fucking murder me.
You just could not bring yourself
It's
to kill
the
her.
weirdest thing I've ever done, and I have no regrets.
It's... You should play Neo sometime.
You should play any Souls game.
I should play more games, period.
Yeah. Stop being a coward.
He
Don't
just goes
sleep.
to MovieWeb and then, like, fucking looks at magic cards. That's all he does.
Yeah.
I don't know what I do anymore, honestly.
Sleep?
No, that's me.
There ain't no sleeping going on, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, you would just go...
No, because she
Don't
does sleep.
fight!
Because she's responsible.
I want to play board games.
I think now's a good time to bring this up, though, because bouncing off that Connor's biggest weeb moment. Yeah, Michael and I, there was a list put out by Anime News Network. No, Otaku Magazine. Otaku USA. Still in publication, I think. So, I mean, if you want to subscribe to that, because, I don't know, you don't just read internet articles.
Yeah, you want the physical paper.
Some magazines
so
don't make sense
if
to me.
you, like me, don't read,
form.
Internet articles, then you should subscribe to Otaku Magazine for weeb bitches.
I just don't understand the whole some things that are in print still being in print in the digital age. It's like, you're just wasting money, man. Anyway.
Wait, what things? What's...
Like Otaku USA.
Okay.
Are
books good?
Books are great.
Because Kindle sucks.
No, Kindle's no good at all. I don't care for that shit.
Alright.
I don't like
Sonic told me that's no good.
The refresh screens on it kills me because it does this like contrast and then normal fucks up my eyes.
Yeah,
and it makes it real distracting. Like it ruins the flow of the book. But no, Otaku USA took a survey and they had people list their most traumatic animes, and some of them make sense.
Some
Berserk's a bit of a stretch, I think.
Yeah.
Spirited, that's not traumatic. That's just gruesome.
I wouldn't say that the show isn't traumatic. The story gets a lot worse, though.
It does, yeah. Spirited Away, some other...
Attack on Titan was on there?
Attack on Titan was like, come on, people.
That's not traumatic either. That's the same fucking deal as
It'd be
Berserk.
like
Yeah,
if you
don't-
put Sword Art
It's
on
like
there.
Yeah,
worse.
don't just put your, favorite show on there that has a dark
Ow, my
theme.
character died. Yeah, fuck you. My favorite character dies like 3 times.
It's not traumatic at all. Yeah, no. So some of the stuff is bad, but we're gonna list our top 3 because Connor doesn't watch enough. He's only watched 3 animes.
Okay.
I have a list, but it's going to be very, weak because
Okay.
I have very little.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're cutting Grave of the Fireflies. Like that's just number 1.
That's always number
I was
1.
gonna put that most enjoyable.
It's actually number 1 on Otaku USA.
Yeah,
where
it's
it belongs.
rightfully so.
When people ask me anime recommendations, Grave of the Fireflies is always my first.
Oh.
I honestly recommend it. I hate how
Yeah.
many times I've had to watch it because people are like, "Oh, I've heard it's a good one," and I just don't want to. I don't have a copy.
I don't
and
want
I'll
to
be
watch
like,
it alone.
I'll bring it over, but I'm gonna kill myself after because this is the 6th time and it never stops hurting.
You don't watch it though?
Ah,
I haven't seen it in ever.
It's a brutal movie.
It's
Just
bad.
number 1 most traumatic, and it mixes shows and movies in here, so we're just not even gonna split it up. But yeah, if you want to just get punched in the heart, like just
Grave
a
of the
straight-
Fireflies pairs well with a good meal.
That's weird. I don't like that. I don't like where you're going with that. So Michael, what's your
Top
number
sirloin.
number 3? Top sirloin is number 3 most traumatic
No,
anime.
that's what you should eat while watching.
Number
Grave of the
3 would
Fireflies.
probably be, oh god, Clannad.
Okay,
It's a weird one.
it is a weird one.
Yeah, that was one of the first. That was like I want to say the second anime I've ever seen. So first anime I ever saw, Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
Second anime, Clannad. Did not feel good after watching
No,
that.
that's a really hard transition.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. It's a rough transition for me.
It's like season 1 Adventure Time, and then jumping into the really hard shit, and like season 6.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to the goofy, wacky show? Why am I so sad? Why am I
It's
so
real
invested?
fucking depressing.
Yeah.
It's a weird show.
Alright, so number 3 for you is Clannad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and and I might be putting it a little low on the list, but I'm gonna put Higurashi.
Which one's that?
Higurashi no Nakukoru ni When the Cicadas Cry.
Oh.
You may have seen such glorious remixes of it as someone putting a knife up against a wall, repeatedly smashing it into the side of their head while What Is Love plays. But no, it's just a completely... This one is just a graphic, gory, gruesome show, but it's also got some pretty hard shit going on sometimes. Like, it takes gore to a level that just feels very... Like, you can empathize with what's going on beyond the violence. It's pretty jacked. The plot twist at the end in the anime not handled too greatly, but I recommend it if you just want to see some really fucked up shit happen.
Sounds fun.
Have you ever seen Elfen Lied?
Yes!
That scene with the puppy is like my honorable mention for this.
It is... Actually, that and Berserk are usually listed as the most graphic or gory animes
Yeah.
ever. It's
I-
Elfen Lied
yeah.
and Berserk.
I would say that because like Elfen
I'd
Lied.
put Elfen Lied probably above Berserk just because of sheer concentration. Berserk is long, so it's stretched out.
Oh yeah.
But Elfen Lied all happens in just one, 12 episode go.
Yeah, exactly. And like I would say Elfen Lied's a lot more graphic than Berserk. It's not traumatizing, but if you want an honorable mention for just a really traumatizing scene, fucking Elfen Lied's puppy scene is the worst fucking thing ever.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Alright, so my third
Yeah.
slot, non-ironically, so don't laugh, is Ruby. Because...
Which season?
Oh, no, as an entirety.
Okay, as an entirety.
Because it had a lot of great fucking potential that has been squandered and turned into a steaming pile of shit.
I understand.
And
It's
that
traumatic.
is very, very traumatic to me. I don't like seeing good concepts shat on.
Yeah.
And this one was like thrown in the shit sewer. Run through the shit grinder, topped with the shit saute.
I think you're harsh on it sometimes, but I agree with the premise.
Yeah,
Just not the magnitude.
No, I completely understand. Halfway through season 2 is when you could see everything start to fall apart. But again, that's not really by choice. It was because the lead animator did die.
I don't think Monty because he wrote a significant portion of season 3.
He didn't write it.
I thought they had already basically set up season 3 before his death.
Monty did not do any of the writing. It was Miles and Carrie that did the writing. But the problem was the animation, and they couldn't get stuff done because the people couldn't pick up Monty's slack. So they had to cut stuff.
When you have someone who's just so insane that he removes keys on his keyboard so he can work more efficiently without his pinky getting caught every however many seconds.
Yeah, and
that's like replacing humans with robots. It's just the logical choice.
Because of they couldn't catch up to the amount of work that Monty could do and the quality that it was, the show just kind of stopped because of that.
And then they went into Chibi and spin-offs and...
Well, season 4, you can see the quality pickup. They've kind of already got their legs under them, but there's still a little bit of work that needs to be done.
But I think Connor's complaint is mostly the story. Fell to shit.
Really?
Huge writing. It's not at all animation. It's about the writing of the show.
Okay.
I
just didn't like where it went.
It had a great open-ended range for it to just go down, and instead took a harsh turn off a cliff.
Yeah, I can see that actually then.
So what's your number 2, Michael?
Oh god. Madoka Maguka.
Puella Magi Madoka Magica.
Yeah. Otherwise known as Madoka Maguka.
Also known as
Fuck that space cat!
What's the frog from Lance Keebler's Big Move? McGoogers?
McGoogles is me name.
I
liked
Puella Magi McGoogles Big Move.
McGoogers Big Move. Connor, do you know what we're talking about? Have you ever seen Max Keeble's Big Move?
So lost.
There's a frog. There's a frog that's important.
That's a traumatizing frog.
And me and Michael keep it from
I can't believe we have never talked about Max Keebler's Big Move.
It'll fade out of existence as long as me and Michael don't keep talking about it once every couple of years.
I never knew you saw that movie, so you saying that to me out of the blue, and the fact that I have seen that movie multiple times just makes that for me.
We watched it a lot in an after-school program. You should be. Most people on this planet are at a loss if they were to listen to this bit.
That was a shot in the dark, and I'm glad you took it.
Madoka is actually... I don't know. I'm
so
debating
the themes of the imagery for
Well,
me.
no, I'm debating if that's my number 1 or my number 2.
Okay, I'm talking not about the show, but more so the movies. Because the movies get worse.
Yeah, no, I would probably... I'm gonna have to reconsider some stuff, but I would put it as my number 2 as well. That show is like, hey, let's have a fun time. There's gonna be magical girls.
We're like Sailor Scouts.
Yeah, it's gonna be
cool.
Oh
God.
There's a little bunny. What's gonna go wrong? And then everything. It goes so wrong. Oh my God. You just kind of sit there afterwards and you're like, shit.
Episode 2 happens and you're like, okay. Episode 3 happens and you just start feeling the heat under your collar.
Yeah,
and then episodes 4 through 7 happen and you just feel bad.
Yeah,
and then the ending of it just makes you feel worse.
It fists your heart real bad.
Oh yeah, it does.
I think the reason it's so... if it was all, set up from the beginning, hey, this is gonna be a rough ride, it'd be one thing. But you go into it just thinking it's a fun show. It's bright, it's colorful, it's wacky, but it's not... And it just really out of left field.
They kind of, at the very first episode, they say, hey, this is gonna be a rough ride. But then you don't believe it because, no, it's cutesy. Everything's cutesy. Episode 2, guys, just a heads up. It's gonna be a rough
We weren't
ride.
joking.
And then episode 4 happens, and you're like, oh, this is a rough ride.
What's you, Connor?
I don't know if it's necessarily traumatic. I'm at a loss here. For the keyword traumatic, I just haven't seen enough anime for that to fall into place.
Yeah.
You're lying, April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
It was pretty real.
Yeah, no, it is.
And
yeah.
it didn't hold punches with how it went about things.
Mhm.
And seeing, because a lot of times, they romanticize some part where it's like, hey, this is gonna happen, but we're gonna show the nice bits. It just kind of, like, very hard slice of life. This is a woman, a girl dying, and now she's dead.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. They cover it very nicely with all the happy, cheery music.
It's very respectfully done, and I think that's a big part of it, is they're just treating it like, hey, you're just gonna sit through this, and
I did.
it's gonna be real. And no, yeah, I would argue that that's a pretty good one. That's absolutely. What do you got, Michael, for, at the time, your most traumatic anime?
So, right now, it's kind of just Evangelion because that was the third thing I saw.
Yeah.
But this is going to change on September 7, or later on, or actually, this
It is
changed.
7th.
Once I watch this movie, I know what's going to change it. A silent voice. Koe no Kitachi. Because I've read the manga, and that's the hardest punching in the dick, traumatizing sad manga about a guy who bullied a girl with a hearing aid, and then all sorts of shit starts happening to him. And I just found out recently when I was researching this that they made a movie out of it, and I feel like you and I need to sit down and watch it because fucking the manga hit me hard. I was crying.
I will absolutely watch that then.
I cried super hard just reading the story, and then this thing fucked me up.
No, I didn't even know that was. I've been a little more out of the loop.
It came out like
then.
June of this year. So, yeah.
What about you? What's your number one?
So it's absolutely Grave of the Fireflies, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
have barred that from our list, and I'm
Yeah.
just gonna take a quick walk over to the bookshelf to make sure I'm not doing a disrespect
To the name.
to anything over here.
Okay.
No, I just-
while he's at the bookshelf, I realize, welcome to the MoistyVoice episode 25. I'm Connor. Michael is here on my left. We didn't introduce
Nick.
ourselves.
Nick's sitting in the nice warm.
In
It's
case
a
you've
really
been-
warm couch seat,
In
Nick.
case you've been lost up until this point, I will clear the air.
We'll take this. We'll put it at the beginning. and then
No, it's right now. It's happening right
and
now.
We'll leave it at the end still, so people from the beginning, like, it's how we sync them in. Because like you might be wondering how we got into this situation.
Fuck you. Worst trope. Alright, so what's your number one?
Welcome back. I'm Nick.
hey,
I forgot
this is
to
Nick.
introduce
I'm
myself.
Michael.
No, you,
I,
y'all get
you
two
already-
introductions.
Weak.
I did.
So if I had to give one that wasn't Grave of the Fireflies,
Right.
It'd be Night Shift Nurses.
it wouldn't be Evangelion, because that would probably be like 3. If anything, I would like downshift that to 3 and
Or
make my
4.
list Eva, Higurashi, Madoka.
But I'm going personally.
But School Days is probably up there. And possibly just because I love the story behind it. So School Days is like the hardest eroge dating sim to win. It's just a lot of people can't even get to the ending, let alone get a good ending. I don't know why they decided let's make the hardest dating sim ever, but they did. You die a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on, but
Is that
I think-
the one where like you fuck the one chick and then the other chick tries to decapitate you or something?
you can do anything and you
You
just
guys
get
already
straight
played
murdered.
Catherine.
You get straight murdered so much. But no, I think if anything, I just like the story surrounding. I love, like, sometimes they make shows based off dating sims that are super not dating sim, and that's always weird. Like Clannad was a dating sim, I believe.
Yep.
And Shuffle and stuff like that, and I'm like, this is weird seeing these people.
Monster
just-
Monsume.
Yeah.
Sometimes they make songs off of dating
Ooh.
sims, and that's pretty weird
Monster
too.
Musume. It's not traumatic, but it'll leave your orifices in trauma.
Yeah, no, they made an anime based off of dating sim, and that's what that is.
But no, so I'm gonna put School Days higher up than it needs to be, just because I can't put Grave of the Fireflies in the number 1 spot. But I would say the regular list would probably be Higurashi, Madoka, Grave of the Fireflies. But I'm gonna go ahead and put School Days up.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah.
Connor,
I don't have one.
you don't have a number 1?
Honestly, for a while I was considering, are they gonna be mad if I just say Shrek 3 Forever After? But
if you had said Corey in the House, that would have been perfectly fine.
Oh, hey, Corey in the House was pretty dramatic, bro. Don't you?
That's what I said. That's why I'm saying. If you had said Corey in the House,
that'd have been my number 3.
Oh, that's yeah.
It's up there. It's on the list, but it's not number 1.
What would you say is one of your top non-anime movies then?
That's depressing.
Yeah, any level of like it left you just kind of emotionally reeling, whether it was with sadness or just despondence or general
You just
emptiness.
opened a pond into an ocean. To be fair, I have an answer. I don't know if it's the answer, but I'll give it now.
What's one answer?
What's the first thing to come to mind?
500 Days of Summer.
Ah.
The movie about where people are like maybe just because you two have a lot in common, you shouldn't be in a relationship.
No, it's not at all.
Just got a powerful story. It's very. It's just very real. It's kind of like, hey.
Yes, that's exactly. It's because it isn't
fucked.
any. We're gonna send this message, but with some sort of a great delivery or some sweet. Here's you have cancer, but cupcakes. It's a very real story that hits a little close to home and really kind of makes me analyze romance as a concept as well as love as a feasible path of life.
I can dig it. I'd probably put Sex Lies and Videotape. It's very high on my list.
Yeah.
And again, it comes
fair.
down to it hits close to home just because of like connecting with other human being struggles and like difficulties with certain kinds of things. I can very much relate to the James Spader character in a lot of ways.
No, that's definitely a valid pick.
So speaking of hitting a little bit too close to home,
Okay.
we're hitting a little bit too close to time.
So I guess
People
that's all
don't
the
give a
time we
shit.
got.
They love anime.
Next week, you'll hear Michael's most upsetting movie.
Or I mean, I could just talk about how much I identify with Evangelion.
What?
We could just have that, but no, we won't. So join us next week. Bye-bye.
Do.